Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be taking another look at the best deck. Again, have not made any changes, just playing as it is. I really like the deck, how it is at the moment. So yeah, let's just not waste time and hop straight into some replays. Now, unfortunately, the new Dark Paladin still hasn't released. I don't know why. It's been like a week or something, and they still haven't given us the Dark Paladin. And I've been just waiting to play it, and it's just not here. So I'm sorry, but again, no Dark Paladin video. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how long they take. Probably a year by the time they drop the card at this point. But yeah. So let's see here. Let's start off with. How about this one against Darklords? So this is actually like quite interesting. I do want to showcase like the power of this deck because I feel like people don't understand like how good this deck is with the link climbing. I personally think at the moment, post support with these cards, I think the best version of the deck is this one. You can disagree and you can have your reasons, that's fine. But for me personally, this is the best version because of the link climbing and having Curtain in the deck with these new support that like covers some of the weaknesses the deck had. This deck is ridiculously insane. You don't need Branded in this deck because this already does what Branded does. The only thing that is not super consistent is the fact that you can go like Pharah, reveal Mind Shuffle, and you can make that play with 3 Brave Sword Souls. But you can still make that play with this deck. You just need like more bodies on the board or a better hand, but it is still possible to make that play. But the thing is, like with this card right here, this already covers the weakness of Mind Shuffle because you put 2 level 7 or higher on the field and you can spin back and forth and they can't fall in the Virtuous. That's what makes like the Mind Shuffle Spell Speed 4 effect so good. Now obviously like the Spell Speed 4 effect is obviously going to be way better always, but it's still doing the same thing, essentially, right? Because the Mind Shuffle effect itself can actually be used as an interruption by itself because you cut the chain immediately, and if they like try to activate something, like they go for the Azamina to fuse, and then they want to chain the wanted, you actually chain to spin back, and they have to send it from hand, so they don't get to add Divelstar. That's actually an interruption now, right? So it can be like really annoying for your opponents. But I do personally think this is the best version of the deck. It does literally everything, and being able to actually link climb is so ridiculous. Now in this version I actually do play Harmonia. You can cut Harmonia if you want. I do like Harmonia in the deck still. It can turn off your links if you use it, but with this deck, because this deck actually doesn't care about extra deck, while at the same time can care about the extra deck, makes it insane, right? Because you can choose to actually rely on the extra deck and you can choose not to. It doesn't really matter, right? If you don't have enough, you just use your extra deck to make the deck ridiculous because you go Zena dump and you make all these plays, OTK, whatever, right? Otherwise, you just use your main deck. If you're locked out of the extra deck or they banish cards from it, who cares, right? This deck is chaos, so it doesn't care about any of that. Also, like the Curtain's so disgusting. You guys don't respect this card. So we're going first against this guy. This guy is playing a weird kind of version of the deck. He's playing like Angelechy with some Despia, I guess, because they're fairies. Okay. And then I was confused because this guy locked himself into fusions and synchros at the same time. And I was like, what are you gonna summon, bro? Like, it doesn't make sense. But we'll see what happens. So this hand is actually quite insane. So lead with, look at this, guys. This is what makes Curtain insane. Draw phase, Curtain. This pressure that Curtain puts on the opponent is ridiculous because if they don't respond to Curtain, you go Dark Magician, add Gaze, and then you go immediately into Dragoon and check whatever they have. And they're fucked. So they have to use Ash Blossom here. They have to use whatever first, because if they don't use Ash, the Gaze, after this resolves, there's nothing that they can Ash after that, right? I can even bait out the Ash for free by going Demod, wait till main phase, go Demod to add, they Ash, or if they don't Ash, I get to add, and I still go Gaze to play around the Droll and Lockbird, right? Now this guy actually has Angelechy opening to e4, which this also plays around in the draw phase because I'm going to establish everything before he e4s. I can actually negate the e4 itself. He has 2 though. And if you negate the activation, can you activate another one? I think the answer to that is yes. This is not once per turn. So you can just use another one in the standby phase. So I do actually just not even go into the Dragoon. So let's see what I do here. We go Curtain for OG Demod, OG Dark Magician. Then I go Grifo. Now, the reason I actually did this is because if he has Ash, I can use Dark Magician line to actually link climb and then go like Zena or something, dump the Archfiend. And then I will actually have the same plays I would have had with my Chuck, because this is adding an Archfiend. So it would actually bait out his Ash for free. I'm not actually like exchanging anything, right? And if he doesn't, we play around Joel. So this makes it so insane, because now if he responds with anything after this draw phase, I spin back and forth because I already have a level 7 established in the draw phase. And then because we have this monster of a card, which you guys just so disrespect so much, and it angers me. Like, I don't know how you disrespect this card. This is one of the best cards in the deck. We're gonna dump the Gaze to summon it, and then we're gonna actually immediately set a Ritual of Light and Dark. Now, why make that play? Because I'm actually playing around literally everything he can possibly have. Ash Blossom, Bell, whatever. Because if I don't set this, then he can Bell my Ritual Spell in the grave, right? Now, would that matter matter? Not too much, because I can still spin back, go Black Chaos, and add back the Ritual Spell or something else, but I probably wouldn't add the Ritual Spell after that anyway, because I already summoned my Ritual, right? So I do want to add back the Gaze that I discarded, and let's see what I do. So now he goes opening to E4, we just spin back, keep the Dark Magician on the field so I can use it for Dragoon. And then he goes for this, I go Activate. Now, we are not locked in, like, this does not count as a monster effect because this is, the king is not placed face up just yet. So we're going to spin back, summon the Swordman, and then add back the Gaze that we discarded. And then spin back the OG Dark Magician. Disgusting, right? We already used this effect to set this. So I'm going to use it again to set a Spell Shattering Sword. And now I can just go Swordman, banish the king, bye-bye. Now he has 0 interruptions. And we can continue playing. I go Demod to add, and then we go Souls, dump Far. Now, I'm about to make a disgusting play, and this is like one of the hands that can actually make that play. So we're going to go dump Farah, and then we are going to actually send the Mind Shuffle and the Ritual Spell, because I didn't actually need this because he has no Bell, right? Send it, draw 2, and then we can go, okay, we draw into Sword, we're just going to place another Mind Shuffle, which doesn't really matter, I don't actually care about this. But now we link into Cross Shape, go Gaze on the Demod for Dragoon, and then we're going to revive the Souls. And then we can link them off into Protect, go Talker, go Ritual Spell, add back, because I have a Dragoon to negate a Bell if he has it. Then we go Archfiend Summon, go into the Firewall Dragon, and then revive the Protect, go Talker, and guess what we're adding back? The Farah that we milled with the Souls. So now we can go Farah, reveal Mind Shuffle. You guys thought that only Branded can do this, right? So you can see like we actually fully established that play because we want Souls send the Mind Shuffle to the grave so we can add it back with the Ritual Spell, which is what we did, and now we can reveal it. Then we can go Zena. So what do you guys think we dump here? I see a lot of people dumping the Albion. This is fine. It's definitely not incorrect. It's up to you what interruption you want. I make a different play. Now, with the hand that I currently have, I should have actually dumped the Albion, but I didn't notice I actually drew into Harmonia. It was probably off of the... what was it off of? I definitely drew cards with something. I don't remember what, but that's, I think, what gave me Harmonia. So what we're going to do is dump the Magnhot. So this is the play that I usually make with this deck, because it can add the... where is it? My boy Black Skull Dragon. Or it can add Harmonia if you already have access to Black Skull Dragon, because mine is already on the field. So I would add Harmonia here, but again, I already have this. But anyways, we're still gonna link up the Dragoon, so it can't be super polyed, and also it doesn't get banished in the opponent's end phase. So revive the Magnahuts, trigger its effect, and then we go Celtic Sage, draw 3 on top of all that. We just have our entire deck in our hand here. This is unwinnable for any deck in the game. We're gonna add a, look at this, I add another Black Skull Dragon here. Just so I have a target immediately for this, and then I spin this back. If he changes F and V, I can also spin this back, and then if he changes something else, I go negate. It's literally over. Oh, and by the way, he can't even respond to Mind Shuffle because Farah. So what do we have here, basically? We have this to protect our back row, we have this that cannot be super polyed and will not get banished, it's gonna be permanently on the field. And it's an Omni Negate, and then this is going to reset everything. That's super powerful. And then we have a negate with this, or destroy all their face-up spells. We can also summon an additional level 7 or higher if we need to. We already have 2, but I can make it 3 if I want. I can make it 4 if I want with Harmonia. There's also 2 interruptions. If he, some miraculous way, just opens the most perfect hand ever. And he outs all of this, I have Multiplying Kuriboh to protect me. I can go Pharah, take control, but I do have a clogged up zone. So what I'm going to do is, actually, I'm not even going to summon the Pharah here. I would rather just keep it in hand. And then do we have anything else here? The Zena will add something from the grave to my hand in the end phase. Sorry, in my next draw phase, I think, or standby phase. I think standby. And yeah, like this is just unwinnable for the opponent. We're also going to add a Lost Soldier, and that's the final interruption. So he goes for this, I just spin back, he can't respond. So if he wants to go like opening, he can't. You can see he wanted to go opening, by the way, I think. Hold on. Special summon one. Actually, he's locked into fairy, so he can still go opening summon Aliber, right? Because Aliber is a fairy. And they're gonna banish this. He goes opening. We spin back the Black Chaos to see if he would activate something. He doesn't. Now we go Skull Dragon. And then we can set something. Also, another interruption I did miss is like when Multiplying Kuriboh summons, I can actually add a Grifo. And then Grifo can set a Mystic Box. Or Chaos Hats, but I don't think Chaos Hats will become live. Again, we just keep what you want to do with Mind Shuffle when it's a spell speed 4 is chain it at any chance you get, okay? Unless you want to play around something specifically, always chain it, okay? Because it's just immediately cuts the chain. And look at this, he goes add Fallen the Virtuous. What do you do with this? The weaknesses of the deck have been completely nullified in like 10 different ways. You can't even respond to Mind Shuffle to begin with, to be able to make that play. If you go early, I just don't even have to activate anything. If you go attempt to pop this, I spin back, and then you can't respond. And then, like, I also have 2 level 7 or higher just in case. Like, you're just, yeah, done. We're gonna activate to add. He attempts to pop it, it doesn't work. He didn't read the Black Chaos. And then he goes to summon. I'm just gonna cut the chain. Summon the Black Skull Dragon, and then this is fine, I let this go through. Whatever he summons is just useless. And then he went branded opening, so you can see how many locks he has. He's locked into fairies, he can't summon fusions or synchros. So this is actually dead. I think he realized it's dead, or he doesn't have any more targets, maybe? Because I did banish his pawn face down, if I remember correctly. Yeah, with the Black Chaos. So he literally can't summon from the X deck. Everything is locked. He can't summon links because he's locked into fusions and synchros, and he can't summon synchros because he's locked into fusions, can't summon fusions because you're locked into synchros. Okay, so yeah, he can't do anything. And then for this one, okay, he's going to go for this. We're going to chain Full Loss. He is going to summon from deck. We're going to draw into the Ritual Fight in the Dark. Nice. Our Black Skull Dragon was already live, but this makes it better because I can discard this. And then also to make the Swordman unaffected as well. Because set Mind Shuffle in the end phase, right? So we are going to wait. If he keeps summoning, we're going to keep getting draws. And the next draw is actually the Swordman itself. Nice. Goes Condemned, okay, and then I think he will also summon off of the Angelechy problem. Yep, we can draw to Swordman. Next is Multiplying Kuriboh. Multiplying Kuriboh, if he summoned one more time, I would have been able to summon it and then make some plays, but he has these two, right? So he would be able to stop it anyway. So it goes into this, and then in the end phase, we just, yeah, look at this. He can't activate, I know he can't FNV because these are all locked. He can't use them this turn because he set them, and then also like there's no room even if you have Fallen Virtuous in the hand. And these also lock your back row because they're stuck here, right? So I can only activate 5 monster effects. He has a negate. This doesn't. I don't know why he set this over FNV. He has this negate as well. He can copy to pop as well. I think he can fuse. This can also protect. Okay. So we can set Mind Shuffle. And GG. What do we top deck? Oh my god, Curtain. Yeah, GG's. So he chains to pop here. He wants to pop the Mind Shuffle. I just spin it back and summon a Black Chaos. Chains again. Can you copy the same one twice? I don't know. Probably. So you can copy it again to pop this, but then like if this gets popped, I didn't add with it, so I can just go for this, put another one. I can also just summon this banish too, because it's already unaffected. I have Ritual Spell Engraved thanks to the Black Skull Dragon. So we can go Black Chaos. I am going to protect. And then I'm going to summon the OG Dark Magician, add a Gaze. Now, how many monster effects are we on? We're actually only on one, which is the Black Chaos. Adding here. And then he is going to nuke the entire field, which doesn't work. I'm going to go Gaze on this, and now nothing on my field can be nuked. This is protected by Black Chaos, this is unaffected, and this is cannot be destroyed by card effects. So that was complete waste of this. And then we are going to add a Grifo, and then discard. We already have both rituals, so Archfiend will not trigger. Set a Chaos Mystic Box just in case. I don't know what the back rows are. I know one of them could be a problem. I mean the E4, but maybe one of them could have been FNV or something, but he probably would have used it if it was. And we also have a negate now to check one of his cards, so I was thinking he might be able to have Droplet here as well. So set this, and then he goes Chalice on this early. I don't know why you do that. Now, you can see, like, even if he had FNV in this scenario and he has been saving it, this is why Mystic Box is better in this scenario than Mind Shuffle, because Mind Shuffle spins it for cost. So then there's room for him to go FNV, pop this. But if you go Mystic Box, he can't, because he will have to go FNV, pop this. Otherwise, this is just going to be protected anyway, right? So on resolution, this spins it back. It doesn't spin it back for cost like the Mind Shuffle. So now we popped one of his cards. I wasn't sure what this was, so we're going to pop it, and then we're going to summon Swordman. It's better to summon Swordman here because I don't want to shuffle back one of my rituals. Now I get to cheat this out for free. Plus, I can add another Swordman to banish him. So watch this, okay? We force out this, we just negate it here. Because he was going to negate the Dragoon after. We're going to banish his Angelechy King. We were on, I think, 3 monster effects. It was Dragoon plus the Black Chaos. Plus, I think it was the Grifo. Yeah, that's 3. And then this is the 4th, so we can get rid of the King. No longer floodgated. We can go normal Grifo. We are going to suck this up because this can't be targeted. We go Cross Sheep, and then we are going to add another Swordman, and then we can go Swordman, shuffle the, I think the Black Chaos that was in the grave. Was it Black Chaos in the grave? I think so. Then we can go Ritual, the Luster, banish a card, and also chain this, Revive. Draw 2 as well, because we have Ritual and Fusion. And then we can shuffle everything back, summon this, and I'm going to recycle the Dragoon, just in case he has something in hand, like Multiplying Kraber or something, who knows, right? So I'm going to revive the Harmonia and the Dragoon, and now I can spin this back whenever to add 2 more interruptions, maybe, if the duel goes on, which is never going to happen here. And attack for game. Do you think that these 2 games were fair for the opponents? That was very unfair. Yeah. Now let's watch this one against Resonators. So I am going to go first. I'm going to go Curtain. He goes Fua. Now, the thing about Curtain is it's optional to summon. I can activate it, no effect. So I basically give him 0 draws here. Under that, and let's see what his top deck would have been, actually. Bone Archfiend. Okay, 2 Bone Archfiends. I guess we could have given him a draw, but, like, it's not worth it. There's no reason for me to give him draws here. Maybe if you want Gaze, you could. But in this hand, like, I saw the hand and I was like, I can actually play without the Curtain. And I can add back Curtain with the Black Chaos. So I'm going to go for this. If he chains anything, I go Chaos Hats. And then I still have plays here. And I'm still going to draw because I have Mind Shuffle in hand to reveal. So we draw into another Mind Shuffle, we're going to discard it, and then activate the Swordman, place the Mind Shuffle we discarded, and then we go Skull Archfiend, add a Black Chaos. Then we're going to go Celtic Mystic to summon the Black Chaos here, not the Ritual Spell. So then we can go add Curtain, and then we can go Ritual Spell Effect, add back the Celtic Sage. Now I can summon this again on the opponent's turn, okay? So then we go Corrupted, we are going to add the Skull, discard the Ritual Spell because we don't need it, we already have the Ritual on the field. Set a Spell Shattering Sword, and we end on Curtain to establish another level 7 or higher. We have Chaos Hats, which can be used on one of these. We have Spell Shattering Sword, we have Draw 3, and we have Protect Back Row plus Luster Soldier. So because of this, and like the fact we have multiple level 7s, this makes the deck really ridiculous. So I do want to use Chaos Hats first. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to summon Celtic, and then you can see like because I have both Ritual Spells in Grave, I think, I add the Luster immediately and discard the Mind Shuffle. So we're going to summon Celtic immediately. This is so I can get my draws and then also turn on Chaos Hats, because I don't want to Chaos Hats this. Okay, we drew into Souls FNV and a Grifo. Now, Grifo is actually going to add another interruption with the Mystic Box. Now, okay, what I can do here is I can actually go Chaos Hats first and then Curtain. So I have room to go Chaos Hats first. Then Curtain's going to have it make it so that I have 2 level 7s, so if he wants to FNV, he can't. So you do want to be careful. You don't, like, you know, shotgun the Curtain here. And then he goes 1 Archfiend, we're going to Chaos Hats this. Now, it doesn't matter if it's, like, the best Chaos Hats or not, as long as you're stopping, you know, like a strong push, then that's fine. Because this is a strong push. He's going to mill and then add, like, the Crimson continuous spell, I think. Then he goes into Crimson Blader. I'm going to negate this. You can see I don't actually, I didn't chain Curtain because I missed the toggle after we negated his card. My toggle should have been at on, so I can go Curtain, and then if he goes for this, I can spin back to summon this and then chain this and negate. I was worried he was playing Chaos, which is why I negated this. I don't actually know if he was. He was not. This is just a pure version. He was adding a Bestial Lubellion. So we're gonna summon, add a Gaze. Now, because we added Gaze, we can actually discard it to summon this whenever. So we also have an additional way to put up level 7 for free. And then he goes Crimson. Okay, I meant to actually banish this, but I thought, if we go back, actually, let me just show you. Just so you don't get confused here. So here's what he did, okay? He went for this, and I was thinking for a while, I was like, do I want to spin back this to summon my Luster and banish this, just in case he wants to add something that immediately special summons, and then he goes into level 8? Or should I just wait, because he's most likely going to add something that's going to trigger, and then I banish this? But I definitely picked the wrong option here, because I should have just spun back and banished this. I didn't think he would be playing these, because, you know, this is like a real Resonator deck. I don't know if anyone's on this shit. Okay, so he special summons goes into the Crimson King, and I spin back, summon the Luster. Now, I actually forgot this second effect, because it doesn't really come up that often. It's mostly used in, like, you know, to add Crimson Call and shit. So I use the effect to banish, and then he can actually tag out. So that was not a good banisher, but I can spin back the Black Chaos. And now what I can do is I still have Mystic Box, and I can just keep setting everything and make it so that he cannot kill me this turn. And then I win on the following turn. This is what, you know, the design behind this deck is to begin with. You can see I go add back Fallen the Virtuous for the next turn, and the follow-up is ridiculous here. Spin back, summon Skull. He can't at no point, like, get rid of my Mind Shuffle, because I can just spin back either to summon Black Chaos. Set a Chaos Hats this time, and then we can spin back, and I think I set a Ritual Spell as well, because they're both engraved. Spin back again. He was getting annoyed. He didn't know this was once per turn. And he was like, oh. He was like, bro, why do you keep chaining Mind Shuffle? Chill. So we are going to wait here. So he actually went for this. So I think when this is used as synchro material, it's gonna nuke all the face-up attack position monsters. So he goes into Hot Red. Now, there's a situation he can actually negate my Mind Shuffle, but then he won't be able to out the Luster. And I also have a Mystic Box. So let's see what happens. He also knows I have Mystic Box because I set it with the Grifo this turn. So this is attempting to nuke all the attack position monsters. This is unaffected, but this will get nuked, so I have to spin it back to some Black Chaos. If he chains this, I can either spin back to some Black Chaos or go Mystic Box. What I would do is, I think I would just Mystic Box. There's no reason to get this off the field, I feel like. Cool, he doesn't chain, so we can just spin back the Black Chaos again, summon this. And then I want to keep this on the field, because if he goes Battle Phase, I can make this 4k and also make him take 800. And he can easily swing over the Black Chaos. So I want to summon this only if he threatens my Mind Shuffle. So you can see he goes Zalin, and now he has 2 negates. Do you guys think 2 negates is enough to out this board, or no? What do you guys think? So he goes immediately target this. Now I can actually chain Mystic Box instead of this, because if I spin back for cost, he can, like, you know, chain. The thing about Mystic Box is if he negates and pops this, it can trigger to summon from hand, but I don't actually care about this play at all, because I already have my rituals here. There's nothing to actually, you know, trigger off of this that's going to be useful. If I summon the one from hand, and I had room, then I would not have any spin back and forth with the mind shuffle. So what I do is I chain this first to this, and this is attempting to actually pop this. Now he can actually protect it, I think, with this. This says if you control like Red Dragon Archfiend, which he does, he can protect if I try to destroy any card on his field. So he actually chains the Zal, which I was thinking he would. Then I can just spin back some Black Chaos and dodge the effect on the Luster. Cool. And then he wants to go Battle Phase to attack here. So this is going to be really big. It's going to be 4k. So he actually triggers this. I think that was a mistake. He should not have done this. Let's see what would have happened if he didn't trigger it. If he did not trigger this to flip everything face down, he can go attack over the... first he attacks over this, nukes all the defense position monsters, and they don't actually trigger. Then he can go attack. Yeah, this is just not game. Because then he can only attack over this with... Actually, he still has this, okay. So he attacks over this, I take 2k, and then he can attack over this. This is 2k, 5k. This is not game, actually, I don't think. Yeah, he has to attack over this with it. Yeah, it's not game. So now we can just spin back because he used the Crimson Gaia. And now I can just summon this in defense, and he can't out the Luster. Keeps Luster on the field, can't stop it, attempts to attack. So I think he's attacking because this will destroy all his monsters that did not attack in the end phase. So that's why he's not BMing. I thought he was BMing at first, but he wasn't. So now we can spin back, summon the Black Chaos, keep this on the field to protect our back row. And we win. So we go immediately, look at this. Draw phase to play on Joel as well. Fall on the Virtuous on the Hot Red to force it out. And then he goes Hot Red on my Mind Shuffle. And now I chain Mind Shuffle to spin back. See if he chains it to Zalin. He does. And now I go chain Multiplying Kuriboh and go Spell Shattering Sword, negate it. This is all because of the Black Skull Dragon that you guys disrespect. You guys just are not using him properly. So we summon Multiplying Kuriboh first, and then we go force out the back row. He chains, we go Chaos Hats on this. These are the last 3 spells in my deck, by the way. I actually have no other spells, I think. I do remember these were the final ones. Yes, I actually have no more spells here. So then we go Anima, and now we can suck him up. But I was holding off on this. I should have just sucked him up immediately, to be honest. I didn't think this was Red Rain. I forgot what this does. It banishes all my monsters, which is kind of insane. And then what makes it even crazier is like all of these become unaffected. These like level 8 synchros. Also, the remaining face-up monsters on the field are unaffected by other card effects. That's actually all face-up monsters remaining on the field. That's insane. Okay. So we're gonna go Black Chaos, add back the Cold Bloody Grave. And then we can spin back, summon the Swordman. Sorry, actually we don't summon because it's negated. But this is what makes it so good, because now we just spin back and we keep it in the hand, right? And we also get to turn on our Swordman by making that play, because I can just shuffle this back now. I already used the effects. And then we can summon. We can only banish this. I tried to banish these and I was like, wait, what? it's the Red Rain. It makes it unaffected. Kind of crazy, but I definitely beat this. We go Demod, add Multiplying Kuriboh, just in case, you know, he manages to out my board after, and then he wants to go for game, he can't. We go Cross Cheap, and then we go Dragoon. Dragoon, revive the Celtic Sage. We're going to draw 3. And then we are going to go for this, place another Mind Shuffle, and then we can go banish his one Archfiend follow-up to summon the Magna Hut. And then we can go Chaos Angel. This is my one summon from the Extra deck after the Celtic Sage. And I can banish his Crimson Gaia. And then we can summon this by dumping the Kolbai. And then go Ritual of Light and Dark, summon the Luster, and then we can attack over the others. Now I put this in defense because it doesn't matter, I'm already going to attack over these. And this is too big to attack over. Okay, and now he should be affected, because the unaffected is only for one turn, because this is... The remaining monsters are unaffected by other card effects until the end of the turn. Yep. And now we get to add a Harmonia with the Magna Huts. So we are actually going to add a Black Chaos. I'm going to discard the Harmonia. I could have kept the Harmonia, but I would rather just have the Multiplying Kuriboh. Okay. So if he attacks here, what's gonna happen is Chaos Angel makes it so that I can't actually die. And then if he attacks, also Multiplying Karibo is gonna reduce him to 0. So he can't attack at any point. And yeah. We're gonna trigger Cross Shape and then Chainlink to this to Chainlink block. We're gonna add this for a Skull Dragon, so I can discard it with Skull Dragon and summon the Skull whenever. And then we can trigger this to not only draw 2, which we drew into these 2, but also revive. So it can trigger all of these in sequence, as you can see. It doesn't trigger only one of them, depending on what you have. So I put the Ritual here, and then I already have a Fusion here, so we trigger both effects. So now we summon Multiplying Karibo, which can add a Grifo, and then Grifo can also make it so I take no damage. So 2 times I will take no damage here. And if he like attacks over anything else first, also the Multiplying Karibo summons more of itself. Because I play 3 in this deck. We can reduce him to 0, he goes summon the Magna, that's fine. And then we spin back and he scoops. Crazy, right? Yep, and we basically give him 0 draws off of the full loss, and we still won, right? So let's watch this one against Labyrinth. Is it pure Labyrinth or what? This is Labyrinth. Okay, with a lot of the new traps. He plays Spark, he plays the Dominance cards, he plays the Gallant. Okay. Now Gallant does not counter us, actually. So we're gonna go full loss. He is gonna set and pass. Feels bad. You go full loss. They just are playing a trap deck. So we're gonna add Celtic Sage first. I'm gonna go Celtic, see if there's an Imperm. There is. I'm gonna go Phone the Virtuous, pop the Celtic, and then still draw 3 and discard the Archfiend. We drew very good actually, because Curtain's now in our hand. We go Curtain, he goes Impulse. That's fine. We chain the Grifo. And then we can go Mind Shuffle. Before we go Mind Shuffle, actually, I'm gonna go for the Swordman because it's unaffected. And then I can banish 2 cards. He has to go Lady Lab now, and then I spin this back when he goes Welcome Lab to summon the Black Chaos, and I can add back. Goes for Ariana because he's gonna trigger the Ariana, obviously, right? And then I can just add back plus summon my Swordman. So I get this for free. If he doesn't, chain doesn't matter. I can still go Demod after. Banish his back rows, and then we can go Ritual Flight and Dark, and then he scoops. Easy. And then let's watch this one. I think that's the final one. So I don't have too many replays today, but I do have, like, the replays were quite cool. There were also very long duels. That's the thing. So he is gonna go Angelechy Problem. This guy's on Centurion Angelechy. Okay, nice. With Mind Mirror Force. So he's gonna go for King. He's gonna add the what do you call it? The Disturbance, sure. I think you keep Disturbance, right? Like, why would you get rid of this to add E4? I guess maybe he wants to summon these to, like, synchro with them. But, like, what are you synchroing with them is the question. Like, I don't think... He doesn't have anything. This is a level 7. You can't use them with the level 4 Centurion tuners. I don't really understand that, to be honest. You definitely keep this, right? So anyways, so he goes Wake Up for a level 4. He goes into the Primus, and then he's gonna add, then goes Blema Oath. Okay. Puts up the Gargoyle, and then he can go into the Auxilla, and then, yeah, this guy, I remember, took forever. I could have had a full course meal while this guy still combos. So he goes Crimson, target, go Blazar, sure. Now Blazar, actually, like, our deck counters Blazar, which is insane, because if you play the branded version, you can go Albalinatus immediately to get rid of this, but even without this, the Archfiend shuffles it back. This is why Archfiend is ridiculous, because once it's banished, you shuffle it back, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. It's super ridiculous. Like, this deck is insane. It goes Legacia, and then he's gonna draw. Okay, so he has double Mind Mirror Force. I don't know why he didn't set it, because he can still use the Mind Mirror Force, right, if I attempt to attack. Anyways, so he can go to another Blazar, so 2 Blazars, probably. And then he can... Does he have a Phalanx in the grave? He doesn't. This can also revive. I'm not going to count it as an interruption, but it can be like... you know, like a card that can stop lethal. If I don't know about it, but again, like, I play Centurion, so of course I know Centurion. I'm not gonna fall for that. And then this, I wasn't sure what it was, so I was gonna count it as an interruption. But it's actually not an interruption. When I look at the hand in a second with the talents, I'm actually gonna see Mind Mirror Force, and I'm gonna play around this being Mind Mirror Force, I think. And then I also am locked into 5 monster effects. And then also his back row cannot be outed by card effects because of this. This also protects the king, so his main game plan is put up as many like cards to stop me from outing this. But guess what? Chaos doesn't care about all of these protections. It just like pushes right through them. Let's see. Normal multiplying Krabo, he's gonna negate. Is that a good play? Probably not. He was worried about Grifo. Me adding Grifo with multiplying Krabo. But still, like, I don't think that's a good play. Because also now you play into the talents, so I can go talents, look at the hand in case he has a hand trap, because I never actually added or done anything yet. And I see he has Mind Mirror Force, so I'm thinking now this is probably another Mind Mirror Force, maybe? But I forgot that he added E4, because obviously like I walked away, like I was not here watching his combo. So if I had known this is, he had E4 and that E4 would not be in his hand when I look at it, I would know this is E4. So use like, different pieces of information to link them all together to know like what your opponent has. So now we go Curtain. We go for OGDM. Look at this, guys. He attempts to synchro. We go Chain into the Dragoon. Guess what? GG. And you guys think, Branded is better than Curtain? I don't know. I do like both. I think both are very good, but Curtain's better. Now I actually can burn and pop one of his cards, so that's one interruption that I can have here to break his board. And then also have an Omni Negate. And this card is insanely hard to out because it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. And then I can also just revive it later with a Charmer to get another Negates. Like, what the hell is this card? So he goes into Glitch Clutch, and then, sure, I don't actually care about this. Look at this, guys. He draws into Draw Unlock off of this. Off of the A-Tree, I think. And we have Dragoon. Alright, so we go place the Mind Shuffle. And I was still thinking this is Mind Mirror Force here. So this would only trigger if I attack over his monsters. Sorry, if I attack when your opponent's monster effect that would destroy a card, yeah, sure. When the opponent monster with the highest attack declares an attack. This is when it would trigger, because this deck doesn't really activate monster effects to pop except this. So I'm actually saving it in case he has Mind Mirror Force, right? Now I could actually negate the Mind Mirror Force as well, because I only control 2 cards, so the activation of this can actually get negated by the Dragoon, unless I have 5 face-up cards, which I would not have if I negate now, right? So you can see I add, and then he goes draw, I negate it, and I am gonna win this one now. He has nothing else. We go summon the Swordman. Do you guys think Swordman cares about Auxiliary protection or the Bastion? What do you guys think? Yeah, get rid of the king. Bye-bye background. I'm like, oh, of course, it's E4. And now we pop his Legatia, make him take 35. That's ridiculous. And then we go add souls, dump the Swordman, summon, go into Anima, and then go summon the Ritual and banish his Auxiliary. And then he triggers the Primus, and cool, that's exactly what we wanted. And now we can shuffle back his Blazar. Did you guys see that? And then we come to the Medicurious. Did you guys see this card being summoned in any of my videos before? No. It doesn't, like, I feel like it doesn't come up that often, but in games like this, like, it does come up, because this is a problem at the moment, because it says, cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. Actually, not this one. It's just can't be destroyed by battle if it's revived from the grave. And I already used up all of the cards that are going to be, like, outing this. So what I do is just go Medicurious and negate it. And now I can attack over it. And I actually have perfect lethal, guys. He's going to scope in a second, so I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do here. We go Medicurious, attack over this. Black Chaos, attack over this. 3k over this. And then he has 4k. I have another attack. This is going to gain 15. I'm going to be at 4,500. Perfect lethal after that. What do you guys think? Insane, right? That is game. Yep. Nice. So, yeah. This was a shorter video, but definitely higher quality of free plays, I feel like. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm still waiting for Dark Paladin. Once it comes, I will make a video on it. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one.